So here we are, guys. We have brakes. It's been a year in the making. We have a garage that's a mess. Got some cleanup to do, but yeah. Finally I had to change the front calipers last night. Had my wife help me bleed the brakes and get some stoppage going on this rig. But yeah, it's a year in the making and this thing is finally ready to go on its first drive. I had to scoot it over and get it out of its spot, but I got a heck of a mess to clean up, but it even looks better knowing that I can actually take it for a drive now. So topped off the fuel tank. I got 3 full gallons of gas, so I could probably make it 25 miles. But yeah, clean the windshield off because it's covered in dust, and I've had it idling or running. Feels like it's got a good pedal. So let's see what we got, man. We're gonna take this thing out and do a first drive on it. So here we go. See if we go through the first 3 gears. Don't have anyone behind me. Just gonna see how it goes. Uh-oh, first and second. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Yeah, that's not gonna work. So yeah, not too bad odds on it. So we're shifted into third. The kickdown's not hooked up. Not bad for a Sunday. And you'll see I got that back panel off. If you've had any of these Blazers and Broncos, you will know that you're going to constantly be working on that back window. Doesn't work very well at all. This acts like it's surging. Let's see if we stop. Oh yeah, got some good brakes. Not bad since 1997. I just feel like the brakes are kind of dragging though. It's kind of weird. Direct operating temperature. Got some traffic turning here, not too bad. Just cut on across. Like a 350 a little bit. It's so weird having a stock quiet. I haven't driven one of these things in so long that's not noisy, that has exhaust on it. So it's kind of a trip. Now one thing you don't think about is with that back window down, I don't care which exhaust setup you have, you're going to get the exhaust fumes. You're going to choke to death, and you think, how is it bad like that with all these windows open and stuff? I don't know, but it just does. It stinks so bad. So far, man, tooling down the road, it's holding the road real well. I hadn't even aired the tires up. I know they're low, but so far it's not bad, man. I really, really like it. It beats some of the beat up ones I've drove. You know, got big old tires on it, and everything's damaged and torn up. Surprisingly, it does pretty good. Climb the hill here. Yeah, I'm impressed, man. Not a bad first drive. Oil pressure, temperature, voltage, speedo's working. Like, you don't get all that in a car. That's why I try to find the most original, untouched stuff to drive, you know, and buy and stuff. I want it to work good. This FedEx guy is coming from me. Yeah, so far so good. We'll get this thing turned around and go get out here and do a walk around. See what it looks like out of the garage. They always look better when they're out away from the garage. Oh yeah, those brakes are nice, man. Very nice. We'll find a good spot to pull over here. We'll do just a good quick rundown. But turn around. I hope you turn the right good. They're going the other way. Now, reverse, oh, it's starting to get better. Before, reverse was taking 6-7 seconds before it would drop in and take it, but now it's getting out and limbered up. And that's another thing too. On your first drive, you can't start making all your accusations on what's wrong with it until you drive it. Because, man, this stuff hasn't worked in a while. It hasn't moved around. So, like, it needs time to get up to temperature. The fluids need to make it in all the passages. Haven't seen it and everything. So, like, it just needs to be driven. It's like they will fix a lot of their own problems. So, you just got to get it out and drive and make it to that first few miles. But so far, I am super impressed with this. Like I said, I'm going to have this transmission rebuilt. It's actually breaking a lot of shit now. Uh-oh. Yeah, it's not wanting to shift too well, but I'm going to put a few miles on it and see if it can't try to fix itself. But I'm going to be willing to bet that this bad boy has got some issues. Pull up in here in this old farm gate, this driveway, and we'll do a little first look here. Get out and see what it looks like away from the shop, you know? Okay, I'll shut it off. Didn't diesel though, which is kind of a odd kind of thing, but here it is. What better, proper way to take one out for a run is take it out in the countryside. So yeah. So far, I don't see anything leaking. It is doing pretty well. I'm not a big fan of having the hood off, but right now we're working on it, and with me having to take the fenders off and do the cab mounts, and cab corners and rockers in it, it's going to be a while before it goes back. It's not going to sit outside in the duration of the time that I own it, so, which is going to be a while. I really like this truck. It's very odd and hard to find an original. And this thing has got a story, man. Like, these people have owned it since the mid-70s that I bought it from. And it's just a fantastic example. Look at these electro lockouts. Like, they're still there. I'm going to do my best to try to, because I got to pack the wheel bearings and all that kind of stuff and just kind of go over it. But yeah, it's hard to find a lot of this factory stuff. Man, I don't know if it's a two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive. Actually, it's probably better to have it four-wheel drive or four-high. That way everything works. But yeah, all in all, I'm super happy with this. So, hop back in, see if it fires up, and we'll run down to the lake. The old Edelbrock's doing good. I've got to get a 90 to put on my fuel line here, or a 45. That way, if I want to use that chrome air cleaner, but what I'm thinking about doing is getting a spacer and just I want to put the factory air cleaner back on. I don't want any performance stuff on this. I want it to be exactly factory. So, uh-oh, the washer bottle fell off. But yeah. All right. On to the next spot. We're going to head down to the lake. No leaks, no nothing going on. Put another 2 or 3 miles in this thing, see how it does. It does sound like I'm in a big drum. Uh-oh. I think this transmission's gonna go out. Feels like it's slipping a little bit. I'm gonna keep pushing it though, see how it does. So far we're not overheating. Good oil pressure. It does seem like it's holding second gear for quite a while. So I don't know if the modulator's sticking in or whatever. I'm gonna have it rebuilt regardless. It's just, when do I want to tackle that job? Like I said, I got to get to some other jobs and get it done. But those views are getting right. Yeah, we won't do too much driving today. Oh, there we go. We finally went to 30. Yeah, those brakes feel good, man. I'm pretty happy with that. Pretty happy with that, so. Yeah, I say this is definitely going to fill my void because I wanted a first-gen Bronco, but with the prices of those, and they do get pretty rusty, they're kind of hard to get your hands on, you know. So I want to say I'm going for the second best, but actually I'm really starting to like this. I wanted a 71, 72, but I kind of don't like how the tops, they just stand out like a sore thumb on those, where this all flows together pretty well. And it's a first year, so I think it'll work out pretty good. So let's get this thing up to about 50, maybe 60 miles an hour and stay out there. Brakes are still following up good. That's great. All in all, man, like I said, when you find them original like this and they haven't been messed with, pretty fantastic setup to find, regardless of how much rust it has. You know, it'd be nice to get one that's really nice, but I had to, you know, pay an arm and a leg for it. I like these, but I don't like them that much. So I'm gonna wave these folks around. Like I said, they're probably got somewhere they need to go. I don't. So. Stock small blocks, and you know, it definitely kind of changed my way of thinking with it, you know. Definitely changed. Yeah, but we're not overheating. This is great, man. Across the second bridge here. Get down here and turn around and head back to the house. It does have 308 gears in it. And eventually I'm planning on putting a 33 1050 tire, and I've got another set of axles I want to put like a good limited slip and put one of those Lock-Right or Aussie lockers in the front. Because I've learned, man, you got to have lockers, and you need to, and I'll put a winch on. I've actually still got a winch, you know, that I can put on it. But yeah, let's hit this old dirt road right here and get this thing turned around. But yeah, so far I am absolutely impressed. This thing is really, really nice. Oh yeah, it seemed like it's shifting a little bit better, but just don't know. For the plan I have for this thing coming up, once I get it all lined out, I'm going to need all those problems taken care of. so good, man. It's running good. Still isn't shifting all that well, but it's getting there. Like I said, the more I start running and driving, but yeah, it does seem like it wants to overheat a little bit. I'm sure that factory radiator is plugged up, and it's still got the radiator cap that's had on it the whole time, so I haven't done any cooling system maintenance at all. But all in all, for something that hasn't ran and drove this long, I'm very, very happy and impressed with it. So we're getting ready to pull back in the yard here and look it over and call it a day. But yeah, that's it for Corey's Garage right now, and we'll get some more videos coming. If you like what I'm doing, like, tag, share, subscribe, and I'll keep this going. Thanks, guys. So all right, there we have it. The Blazer is on the road. After sitting since 1995, 1996, it's now a functioning, usable vehicle. I'd put about 10 miles on it. Transmission doesn't shift very good, but I'm gonna keep driving it and see what it does. But there's a reason that Jeff had the pan off of it years ago. I think I'm just going to, when I get to that point, I'm just gonna pull it out, have it rebuilt that way, because this thing's gonna go on a couple long trips I got planned for it. But I gotta get this rust repair done. But as of right now, it's gonna go get put away. I gotta get the other Blazer over here, get it put together, get it running. I've got a few other little projects. I still have to get all my parts back for the 72. So between all that stuff, and I'm gonna start on the rockers and cab. This doesn't have cab. Why do I keep saying that? It's the rockers and the front cab mounts I've got to get fixed on, and then I'm going to start fixing the rust and everything, and eventually I hope I can get to it this summer, but I'm going to try to give it a good quick, repaint. I don't want it perfect because I'm going to use it to go camping and hunting and fishing. Just use it like it would have been if I would have bought it in 1980. Like, I'm not going to pamper it. I'm going to use it. Now, I'm not going to take it out and bash it on the rocks and tear it up, but I will be doing the off-road design frame brace like I did on my 76. I'll do the same exact same thing to this one. But as of right now, it needs to be able to be movable. I'm going to move it over to the other place, put it up, store it for a little bit while I get these other things lined out. I wasn't able to take the Chevelle to the track last week because I ended up getting sick and just not feeling good. So this coming Friday, we're going to see how that thing does on the street tires. That's about it for right now. But all in all, I'm very impressed with it. It's got really good brakes on it. The engine runs really well. The cooling system needs some upgrading, but I think as of right now it works. It's time to tackle that rust and get that body fixed up and get this thing on the right track. So if you like what I'm doing, like, tag, share, subscribe. I'm gonna take a break from this for a little bit, but it's gonna be my winter project, trying to get this rust tackled. So yeah, I'm very happy with it. Thank you, guys.